Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. But, it's like, how much bigger is it? Hang on a minute, I'm gonna like, I'm using like a bit of paper here. I'm physically just holding it up to my screen here a second and getting a rough idea. So field 12 is square. And field 15 and 16, I'm looking at that one, and it's a little bit wider than half, but there is a fair bit. But lengthways, it is just over double the length. So the field is, yeah, it is bigger. How much bigger, I'm not really sure, but it's definitely bigger than the one that we harvested up there. It's sort of, how much bigger is, yeah, a little bit debatable. I'm not really sure on that. Now, you down here, we've taken everything out of this field that we can. We've got one little tiny strip there. I don't know how far that strip is going to go, though. There's a strip that, I mean, we've got, it's like the, what is it? The stuff that comes out the back of the combine here, all the straw and everything. It's all been chopped up. The home? Is that the word I'm looking for? I think it's the home. I was going to say hole, but it's not the holes. But anyway, it doesn't quite cover this strip up through here. And as we can see, the game does still have a tiny strip of sunflowers that goes the full length of the field up here. You can't even see it on the map, but it is there. And it is a couple of extra litres of sunflower seeds going all the way up through here. So we will harvest all of that. While that one is just picking up that last little bit, this tractor can come over this side and it can start cultivating from this corner over here. So that one is good to go. Let's bring you over to this side. I'll put you close-ish to that side, I suppose. Something like that. There. Right, you carry on there. You do what you need to do. Helper B has now completed their task. You keep going here. I'll run you down to the other tractor. Get this bit unloaded. I don't know how much of this one I can unload at the moment. I should be able to unload all of it, I think. And then I'll drive you straight up to the top field and we will start the harvest happening up there. And then I can jump over to the Fendt and I can get those two trailers over to the grain storage. We can tip that lot out, have the trailers run up to the top field and park them up so that they're ready for the combine. Then bring this tractor back down and start work on, you know, just getting the seed drill hooked in and stuff like that. Hang on a second, I need to go to you. You've gone and left a bit here. This is no good. I don't know why you're doing that, but you've done it anyway. So let's just do that, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to plant that. I've got to have every single little bit done over, or I'm not going to be able to plant it. And this would be unacceptable. Let's bring you here. Try that again, please. Try not to mess it up. Let's see about you. What are you doing? Are you going to mess anything up, or are you going to actually work properly? He's going to work properly by the look of it. He is indeed. Right. He's going to go and do that. I want this one. I'll bring you down here. Like I said, I'm just going to unload this bit into here, and then we're going to run this one up to the top field. I suspect that we're not going to quite get everything into this trailer, I think. If I remember correctly, on what we had in there previously. There's going to be just a little tiny bit left in the combine. Or is there? Okay, maybe not. Right, we are able to get everything unloaded into there. I want to go over to that one, and I want to switch that one over to there, and I want to turn that one to go around that way, so that as soon as we get to the top, he can start up, and he can start going round and round that field. Round and round the outside without any problem. Round the outside, round the outside. And as we'll only do like twice like we did before, and then we can start running up. Actually, I might do it 3 times because of the trees down the other end. They may end up causing us a problem or two at some point there. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to commit myself to anything solid just yet. What I am going to commit myself to is bringing this bad boy up here like this, and then start you up like that. In you go. Right into the crop. You carry on there. You're doing a grand job. You next. 21,372 out of 21,500. I was 128 litres short of 2 full trailer loads. So more than double what we had off the other field down there. Although that field isn't half the size of the one that we've got up here, at least going by what I just measured on the screen. It's more sort of 2/3 the size of the field that we've got here, something like that. So, yeah, it definitely wasn't fertilized. It definitely yielded less per hectare than the one that we've had up here. Even when taking into account the extra land and that, we still got more sunflower seeds per hectare off of this field. That's my theory anyway, and I'm sticking to it. I'm absolutely sticking to me guns on this one. So get that lot out of there. And I can go up and get going on you. It seems to do some very weird stuff on the first time round the outside of the field. Quite know why. There's no great rush to go and get the seed drill on just yet. We want to finish the harvest happening down here. I get these trailers up there, and I can at least get some of the grain off of the combine there. We can, like, just chase it round the field a little bit. I'll probably just allow the combine to come to us. It's heading down the other end. I'll see what it's like when we get up there. It's on 40% at the moment. I suspect he'll be able to do all the way round the edge and then start coming along this bottom edge before we've got to take anything off of it. That corner right there, that shouldn't be a sharp corner like that. We need to sort of smooth that one out a little bit, I think, just to make it look a little bit tidier. Now, where is that combine? He's over here, and that's something that I want to look at. What are you doing here? See, it turns, and then it, like, does something really weird. I don't know what that's all about. Now, I know that when it came down through here with the normal header on, with the last crop, it did just fine coming up through here. We had no issues whatsoever. Just want to make sure it's also going to come through here without any problems with the sunflower header, and it does seem to be. Doesn't seem to be anything strange happening with this one. Nothing strange in the neighborhood. Sometimes there's something strange in the neighborhood, but there is nothing strange in the neighborhood this time. It seems to be doing just fine. Absolutely perfect. Go on, Nova. Nova 330. And there we go. Right. I will now 73. You know what? I'm just going to let it go right up to that top corner. I think he can probably get all the way up there. And then once he's gotten up there and he's done his next little turnaround, then we can start following him across the field. There is most likely going to be in field 27 a job to go and harvest that eventually. Field 27 has got a fertilizing job available. There is fertilizing available there. Field 7 harvesting. Oh, that's 17. I was going to say, field 7, that's the one that we were looking at before. No, field 7 harvesting down there. That has got wheat available down there. You go and harvest that lot. Where does it want us to take it? Field 7. To the transport company. They always want us to go to the transport company. That's like the opposite end of the map. Oh, you're running away from us now. We need to get a move on. I don't think I'm going to get to the combine before it's filled up its tank completely. The speed that it races around the field is phenomenal. Oh, we might. No, actually, no chance. 98 already. 99. There it goes. It's completely full. I failed. I absolutely failed in my task to keep the combine running. I was getting too easily distracted. But he's going again now. That's the important thing. All right. No injuries were had. No fatalities. Nothing went wrong. And he's now running again with minimal losses. So we'll let it run now. The reason I'm not just stopping is because I don't want it to put anything in the front trailer. I want it to do everything into the back trailer until the back trailer is full. I don't know why, I just do. Do not ask questions that I don't know the answers to. I have absolutely no clue. I couldn't tell you even if I wanted to. I am gonna let it do 3 times around. I think we want a little bit more space at this end for it to easily turn around so that we avoid those trees right there. Just to make our lives a little tiny bit easier. So I'm just going to let you go out to the corner there and then do your little thing with turning. Like that. And then I will run down beside you here. See, now it's fine, but I don't know why. It seems to need to have that little strange kink on it just on the end in order to be able to properly handle being able to drive around the outside edge of the fields. A little bit strange, but computer-generated tasks in this game are always a little bit strange. There's always something peculiar going on, and I'm never quite sure why. I've never quite grasped a full understanding of it either. Like it always seems slightly complicated as to what exactly is happening and what's going on underneath the bonnet. No, don't put any in that front trailer. I don't want anything going in there. I want that one to stay empty, just for a minute. Right. I will park you right there, and then that one can go right round the outside edge of the field, and then when it gets all the way back down here, we can have another go with it. And then when it goes up that side of the field again, we'll probably put it going with the standard hired help type situation. Something like that. I don't really know. We'll do something along those lines. Right, you're doing fine there. Yeah, I might actually just let this one run all the way to the top end. Do pass along the top end there, and then start it running up and down this end here with the hired help thing. You're also doing fine. So we're almost finished this field here, which means that we can go and get the seed drill in a minute. And we'll be able to start running this up and down. So I'm not going to be wanting to chase this combine very much longer. Let's go back to the combine then. Run you up to here. I'll let it do, I'm just going to let it carry on and do what it wants to do just on here before I'll stop the hired help over on the corner over there, and then I will change it and I'll put it running down here. But I'm going to have it right the way out so that we definitely get the bit that's all the way down that side. There's that little kinky stepped out bit that's gone really weird for whatever illogical reason that the combine has for doing such things. Round you go. Chase up along here. Do I do... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to make the combine do it itself. I'm going to do that. So it's just going to be a normal turn for this one. And then once it's done that, then I will stop it and I will allow it to do it again. So it's going to come out this side here. And he's going to do a normal turn. He's going to go back again. There's no particular reason for him going back again. I've got enough room here for turning, but I may as well just give him a little bit of extra. And now he's going to run back that way. Right there. I know you can do this. Actually, I'm just going to turn that one off a second, and then I'm going to let it go out to that end there like that. Now I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go Control H again and do that so that it's got straight like a normal worker, and then I'm going to change it to... Yeah, we'll change it to that side to start with. So straight like a normal worker, and I'm just going to have a little tiny sort of slip of it right on there. Excellent, just like that. I only just want to skim it right the way down through there so that it definitely gets everything that we've got right down that other end. There isn't going to be much there, but there is a little bit. So we'll jump to you a second and we'll run you up to this side. And then you're ready to roll. We've got 6,000 litres of sunflowers on board at the moment. Once this one goes up through... What do we got in there? I got another 2,400 on there, so that's going to push me up to about 9,000. Possibly we will hit a trailer load before we get to the end of the line, but I doubt it. I very, very much doubt it. And that's not far off of the complete width of that header when it got down to this end of the field. So I judged that reasonably accurately. I mean, I suppose we could have had like a little tiny bit extra on there, but honestly, I don't think it would have made any difference. And now I can bring you up alongside here like this. There. Start unloading that one. So, I'm hoping to get a full trailer. I don't think it's going to go for a full trailer before the end of this field. The reason I wanted it is because I just wanted to get a full trailer on here before I unhitch it. There's no particular reason. I just wanted to see if I could do it or not. See if it would happen or not. It might. We're going to easily hit 9. There's 9. Still got 400 litres on board, plus whatever is coming in. There's 9.5. We're going to hit 10,000, but we're not going to get that extra 750. Just that little tiny extra bit. Actually, we're not even going to hit 10,000. We have got 9,800. I'm going to do it. I'm going to actually... I want a full trailer on here now. So I'm going to get a full trailer. I'm going to chase the combine down this side of the field as well. I'm a bit like one of those lawyers that chases ambulances. Doesn't matter what I'm damaging. It doesn't matter what I'm getting in the way of as I do it. Look at this. I'm running down over the crop. I'm that desperate for this job. That desperate for this to happen. I'm driving right across the crop in order to keep it going. This is not the way to do it. 200 litres, 300. I just need another 350 in here now. Is it going to happen before the end of the field? It might. 250 to go. It might. We might just do it. 150 to go. We got less than 100. I think we might do this. I think my dream maker... Yes, there we go. Look at that. Farming simulator, making all your dreams come true. A full trailer before the end of the field. Could you ask for more? Possibly you could. Now, with everything that I've done so far, I'm actually thinking it would be a good idea to go and empty this trailer. Because I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get... Ooh. I suppose I did go 3 times around the edge of the field first, didn't I? Right, you know what? I'm going to put this trailer here. I'm going to put it about here, right in the middle of the field, like that. And we're going to hope that we can fit everything in there. If we can't quite, then certainly we will be able to fit everything into the trailer and the combine as well. We'll get the whole lot all in together without any problems. So all we need to do now is run back down to the farm and go and get our seed drill. We've got... Cultivating has almost finished. And then... Oh, actually, the cultivating has finished. So we can get one of the cultivators up into the top field and get that one started as well. There's our tractors trapped in the field, blocking each other. So I'm going to bring this one down here. This is all finished. And, well, he's not completely finished. We have got some more work for him to do. I'm going to have this one up in the top field and get it doing some work up there. And then... we can get the other tractor moved up to the top field as well. Once the combine is finished, that one will also be able to do some work. The Fendt is over there, waiting to be hitched on, so we'll go and do that in a second. I'm going to get this one up the top first. We got to sort of... The thing with the early stages of this game is that it gets a bit repetitive after a while. Once you sort of set yourself on a course of action, we've got the fields here laid out, but we could be coming up against an issue soon where literally the only thing we can do is plant a crop, wait a bit, harvest it, plant a crop, wait a bit, harvest it. Now, I realise that I have just in essence described the entire game. However, we don't want to be doing that and nothing else all the way through. Like, I'm going to want to be mixing this up a little bit, otherwise it's going to get insanely dull for everybody to watch. And not to mention it's also going to be a bit dull for me to actually do as well. So I don't wish to just do it like that, so I am going to try and mix things up a little bit, but I don't know how much mixing up I can actually do. So, yeah, I'm going to, like, my next target is to get 190,000 to get this next big field beside us, and I think that's the one that we want to go for next, and then after we've done that, we will buy a second combine. I've always tried to run 2 combines. It makes harvest a lot more entertaining. It makes it a lot more interesting when you're trying to do your harvest without having anything extra with just one combine. You are literally just waiting on that combine. The whole thing is waiting on one combine. And you fill your combine up with grain, and then you've got absolutely nothing else you can do while you're just sitting waiting for that combine to slowly plug its way up and down the fields and fill itself up. And it can get quite tedious, and so I don't really want that happening here. I'd like the combine to be able to just keep going and not cause us any tedious issues. I'm going to just unfold this one. I'm going to do one pass along this bottom end down here, and then we'll run up through. I know the combine has just gone and filled up completely, so we do need to run up there and empty it. But I get this one going. Now, the other thing is, when I'm running 2 combines, I like to be able to run sort of 2 of everything if I can. And certainly, we're at the stage where, at the moment, we can get away with just 1. But once we get that next field over there and things start to expand quite a bit, well, then I fully intend to have 2 planters, 2 seeders. I mean, I got 2 small cultivators, but we'll be going for 2 slightly bigger ones. And we'll do 2 of everything. We'll have 2 of them. We'll have everything in duplicate running up and down the fields. And it should make for a faster, more efficient harvest all the way through with everything that we want to do. Now, I'm just going to move this one off to the side over here, and then we'll be able to drag that one up the top. I need to keep an eye on that tractor and follow it up to this end, because I'd like to do 1 pass along the top end of the field. So I'm going to run this tractor here up the hill so that we can keep an eye on that one down there, just to get it, just so that we're ready for turning it round the corner at the top end of the field here. Shouldn't take too much to do that. This tractor's actually not so bad. I mean, you put a trailer on the back, it slows it down when it goes on the hills and stuff. But generally, he's not too bad, really, is he? You know, with the whole 150 horsepower. It's a very powerful tractor. 150 horses in a tractor is quite remarkable, really, for something this age and size. Right, you are doing just fine, and you are the one that I wanted to follow up to there like that, and then we will back round a little bit. I'll bring you over here like this. So what I will do now is, if I go there, drop you down, because there's a little tiny strip just at this top end that it didn't get, so he will go all the way across, or she will, I should say. And we'll run over to this end, and then as soon as I get to this end of the field, I can hit the hired help going once more, and it will just work its way back across the field over to there. Just once around the edge is enough. Very occasionally with a field you might need to do twice around the edge, but we don't need to with this one. Once gives us more than enough room for everything to be like doing its turning around and stuff like that. It's absolutely fine. There. And it's away. Right, jobs are good and in there. Now I will go to the combine and hired help switched off for a moment. I will run over here and I will unload into those trailers. We might need to just move the trailers out of the way of the combine a second, or we could end up getting into a spot of bother. I don't know if we're going to fit everything in here. Let's that one's full. Yeah, I filled that one up completely. Right. I might be able to move. I don't know if I can move these trailers with the combine. If I can just move, like, drag them down that way. I'll have a go in a minute and see if we can do that. We'll just dump out all the grain that we've got in here, and then if I drive around the other side and hook on those trailers, I've never tried moving trailers with the combine, I don't think. I don't know if it's something that's commonly done in real life. I certainly would never have tried it in real life on the farm that I worked on where I was driving a combine, because the type of trailer that we used wasn't a four-wheel trailer with turntable. It was well, they still had double axles, admittedly, but it wasn't a turntable trailer like this. It was the other type. Right. Ooh. Right. Well, in theory, I can do it, but that doesn't. Like that's mashing. That's hitting the combine. That is actually touching the combine there. So this is not really what we want to be doing. So I'll bring you over to there, and then I'll unhitch you, and I'll leave you where you are. And I'll bring this bad boy back over here like this. Press H, and it's going to carry on and do the harvest right there. So then this tractor is doing a grand job. You're doing a grand job. You are the final tractor that I want to get involved in this little project that we've got going on here. I'm going to bring you up here, and I'm just going to sit you on the corner of the headland over here to wait until that combine has finished. There is nothing else that I can do with this. Well, actually, there is one other thing. No, there isn't. I was going to say I could go and do some fertilizer spreading with this one, but there is no point because I'm already doing fertilizer spreading with the tractor down here, who is... I'm planting sunflowers again! How many of you noticed that I'm still planting sunflowers? You couldn't have told me? You couldn't have mentioned it to me? Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Right, so we're going to have to go to you. And we're going to have to drive you back down to the bottom again. And we're going to cultivate up those sunflowers. Not doing 2 crops in a row. I absolutely refuse. I needed to change that over to... What is after sunflower? Beans. We need to be planting beans, and I completely forgot to change it over. I put the seed drill straight on and just got stuck in without giving it any thought whatsoever. Serious error on my part. Rookie mistake. I shouldn't have done it, but I did, and that's just how it is. So what we'll do is if I do 2 passes across the top headland here with this one, because we're not going to be able to cover the width that we've just done with the cultivator, with the planting. But that's all we got to do, is with the game mechanics, you've only got to just cultivate it, and then it gets rid of it. So we're all right with that. We can correct this error, and we found it in time. If I'd gone and planted more than half of, like, if I'd gone and planted a bigger chunk of this field, I'd have just left it and said, you know what, we'll just do 2 crops. We will just do 2 lots of sunflowers. But I have caught it in time, so I think that it would be wise and sensible if I was to do this. So I'm going to run this one along the top end here. And then I will probably do the long run down that side next. That's going to give me enough room, space to go and like change things around. So that's gone right up to the edge of the field there. Now what are you going to do? You need to stop here. You need to turn round. How much space do you need to turn? It is quite steep there, so it is going to struggle with the whole turning thing. And it comes all the way back up here. I mean, he did calculate fairly well where he's supposed to turn, but is he going to reverse all the way back up before he stops? Right up to the edge? Yes, he's gone right up to the edge of the field, or she has. That's a she in there. She went all the way up to the end. I think we've relived enough glory days just for a moment. We're going to take a breather. We're going to have a little bite to eat. And then we can get back to it, nice and refreshed, and relive a few more glory days. There should be some names coming up right now that you can have a look at. It's names of people who are in the Great Book of Names, people who have supported this channel, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.